If only Olivia Carter had known that one unexpected night would change everything. And if you want more stories like this, don't forget to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and turn on the bell icon. Because trust me, you won't want to miss what happens next. Olivia Carter was the kind of woman people whispered about in boardrooms. Sharp, elegant, untouchable. At just 32, she was the youngest CEO of a rising tech company. Her life was perfect on the outside, but desperately lonely on the inside. Ethan Brooks, on the other hand, was the opposite. A warm-hearted single dad who worked 2 jobs just to keep life steady for his little daughter, Lily. He wasn't rich, wasn't powerful, wasn't polished, but he had something Olivia had secretly forgotten how to feel. Softness. Their worlds should never have collided. But fate doesn't ask permission, and it all started with a storm. One of those unforgiving nights when the rain slams against the earth like it's angry at the whole world. Olivia's private company retreat had gone wrong. The hotel she booked was over capacity due to a sudden corporate influx, leaving her without a room for the first time in her life. The manager apologized endlessly, but the answer stayed the same. We only have 1 room left, and it's already occupied. Occupied by a single father and his daughter. Olivia had turned to leave, humiliated, irritated, exhausted, until Ethan himself appeared behind her, carrying Lily in his arms as she slept on his shoulder. "You can take the other bed," he said gently, even though he barely knew her. He didn't know she was a CEO. She didn't know he was struggling. All he saw was a woman stranded in the middle of a storm. Olivia hesitated, unused to depending on anyone, but the storm outside roared like a warning, and pride wasn't enough to keep her standing on soaked steps all night. "Thank you," she whispered. The room was small, cozy, far from the luxury she was used to. Lily slept peacefully on one bed, leaving the other for Olivia and Ethan to share. Side by side, awkwardly, each pretending not to notice the other's presence. Minutes turned into hours. Olivia couldn't sleep. Ethan was awake too. Their thoughts danced in the silence between them. Then, at midnight, something unexpected happened. Lily began crying, nightmare tears, soft but heartbreaking. Ethan rushed to her side, whispering comfort, but she clung tightly to Olivia instead. "Don't go," Lily sobbed. "Stay." Olivia froze. Children never reached for her. She was the woman who frightened interns just by walking past. But now, a tiny hand held onto her like she was the safest person in the world. Ethan watched, stunned. Olivia slowly wrapped her arms around Lily, calming her with a tenderness she didn't know she possessed. The child's breathing softened, and she drifted back to sleep in Olivia's embrace. Ethan's voice was low, emotional. "She never does that with strangers." Olivia didn't answer. Her heart felt like it had cracked open. Something inside her shifted. Something warm. Something she hadn't felt in years. Their eyes met, soft, vulnerable, honest. "Thank you," he whispered, "for being here. Thank you for letting me," she whispered back. That night, neither of them slept. They talked in quiet whispers while the rain softened outside. He told her about losing his wife, about raising Lily alone, about trying to be strong even when he was breaking. She told him about pressure, loneliness, and how success often felt like a cage lined with gold. 2 people from different worlds. Discovering they'd been lonely in the same way as dawn broke, everything in Olivia's life began to change. She didn't leave the hotel as a CEO. She left as a woman with a purpose she hadn't felt in years. Over the next weeks, Olivia found reasons. Excuses, really, to visit Ethan's small cafe where he worked mornings. She and Lily built a silent bond, one crayon drawing at a time. Olivia even helped Ethan redesign the cafe's outdated marketing, boosting his business and giving him the breathing room he hadn't had in years. But when love grows, so do fears. One evening, Ethan pulled away. "You're a CEO, Olivia. You belong to a world I'll never fit in. And you think your world is too small for me?" she challenged softly. "Maybe it's the first place I've ever felt seen." Ethan looked away, torn between hope and fear. Before he could reply, Lily ran in with a picture she'd drawn. Olivia holding her hand, Ethan standing beside them, a tiny heart floating above their heads. Children draw truth before adults dare speak it. Tears filled Olivia's eyes. Ethan's voice broke. Maybe we can try. Their first real embrace felt like coming home. Months passed, filled with healing, laughter, and a kind of love that didn't need glamour to shine. Olivia brought stability into Ethan's life. Ethan brought humanity into hers. And Lily, sweet Lily, became the glue that held their hearts together. The world didn't change overnight, but they did. Olivia learned that love wasn't found in skyscrapers, but in small rooms with warm lights. Ethan learned he didn't have to carry the world alone. Lily gained a family painted not by blood, but by choice and love. And the message they left behind was simple yet powerful. Sometimes the storms we fear the most lead us exactly where we need to be. Sometimes the bed we never planned to share becomes the place where our broken pieces finally start to heal. If you enjoyed this emotional journey, don't forget to like this video, subscribe, and share it with someone who believes in second chances, because more beautiful stories are coming your way.